pictures going around the world now of how everybody in the wealthy part of the world are getting vaccines and nothing is happening in the developed part of the world. That is a big, big, big.
Our health correspondent Nicola Hill joins us now live from London. Nicola, good to see you. So Amnesty International have described this as the hoarding of vaccines and say that rich countries are in breach of their human rights obligations. So now what happens? How do we get those vaccines to poorer countries? Where does the responsibility lie? Is it the governments, the WHO, or the actual pharmaceutical companies themselves?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Who's responsible for this? Is it the governments with the spending power ensuring that they can buy the most, or is it the pharmaceutical companies wanting to recoup the most money and selling it to the richer countries? The WHO has in fact been very vocal about this all the time, saying that it's important that everyone should have fair and equitable access to the vaccine. And that's why they set up this ACT accelerator, the way of ensuring that all countries get access to both the vaccine and treatments. And then you have got COVAX, which a lot of countries and companies have promised money to. But Dr. Mike Ryan from the WHO just this week actually said that it's great having all this rhetoric, but it's got to be followed by money. He says they need more than $4.5 billion to ensure that they can give the vaccine to everyone. Now, they actually say that this money can be recouped within 36 hours once we have global trade back running as normal, which is quite an amazing fact. Not everyone has contributed to COVAX. It's interesting that America, which is the second highest hoarder or has ordered the second highest number of doses, they haven't contributed because, of course, if you remember, they withdrew their funding to the WHO. So I was speaking to Dr. Simon Clark from Reading University about this morning, and he said he made a couple of very interesting points. For a start, not every vaccine we know that have been ordered, they know that works. They've ordered, as they did with the Pfizer, Moderna and the AstraZeneca vaccines, the richer countries have ordered many, many doses on a gamble, really, hoping that they're going to be effective. So perhaps some of these might not be working. He also said that hopefully governments may well be altruistic and they might give away their glut of doses. I think it's something that certainly the UK government may well have talked about, but we haven't had confirmation of that at the moment. But that's something that Dr. Clark hopes. And he also said that, it is important for mankind that everyone gets vaccinated because, of course, these vaccines aren't 100% effective. We have global movement, so you can't just have a safe area in the rich countries because people do move across the world. So of course it makes sense for everyone to get vaccinated.
Absolutely. And I do find this extraordinary. How have we let this happen? Because as the slogan says, nobody is safe until absolutely everybody is safe.
Well, as I said, the WHO has been campaigning publicly, as have the organisations, the charities that are part of the People's Vaccine Alliance, saying that you've got to have this fair and equitable distribution of the vaccines. If you think about it, Maria, most of us have accepted the fact that when the vaccines roll out in countries, that started, of course, this week here in the UK, that the elderly, health workers and the vulnerable should be first in line. They should get the vaccine first. I know you've said on Twitter that you're hoping your parents are going to get it. I'm praying that my mum can get it so that she can join us for Christmas. And I think most of us, the public, accept that this should be worldwide. It shouldn't be dependent on the country you live or the dollars and the pounds in your pocket, whether you get access to this vaccine. We all want this virus it will never be eradicated. Professor Paul Hunter said to me just yesterday when I was talking to him that my future grandchildren's grandchildren will have to live with the coronavirus, but he expects it to be very much diluted by then. But we really want globally for the world to get back to normal. we don't want it to be a case that us sitting comfortably in our wealthy countries are protected and people living in countries like Kenya and Nairobi, where they've got, millions of people infected, are still at risk.
Absolutely. Nicola Hill, thank you so much. Nicola Hill, live for us there from London.